So, what are these people talking about when they say this kind of stuff? Listen to this dumb stuff. I'm going through YouTube videos and there is a thumbnail that says, talent is a scam. Talent is a scam. Now see, if you're someone that is anywhere near close to how I think or is in reality or knows things, you will know that when people say stuff like this on the internet, and this is everywhere on the internet, and what it is, right off the bat, what it is basically mediocrity being stepped on even more. It's just saying talent is a scam because it's saying, oh, you can just do anything and, it's something. You just do anything and it's something. Now, look, in a way, I agree with if the person is unique and authentic and they're doing something genuine to themselves and it's someone can think whatever they want. So what? They made it. They did it. It was unique unto them. But see, when I hear this bullshit going around on the internet, like stuff like this, if you're really smart, what it's saying is, just be mediocre with everything. Just put some stuff together, throw it together, just do what everybody else is doing and you'll get it. You'll get the clout and the views and all this stuff. And this is what is happening in our day and age. It's just the the creativity of individual artists and musicians that are unique but still genuine to themselves. This is just getting knocked down more and more and more and more and more. And see, what's going on today is people are just doing this for clout, views, attention. Look at me. Don't I fit into the rest of the mold of what everybody else is doing? So I can be mediocre just like them. And I don't have to put any time. I don't have to put any kind of energy, or I don't have to be unique. I can just do what everybody else is doing and I'll fit right in. And that's kind of how it is today. If you are someone that is unique and genuine, but yet you are kind of an outsider, you're more than likely you're not going to have a lot of so-called followers, people that listen to you or like you or say, oh, I gotta get with this thing because it's the popular thing. See, I am all about listening to people that are their true selves, their true, honest, individual self. And they say it for how they really see reality. And it's things that are incorporated with their life or what they've been through, or it's just kind of like a chill vibe, but it's a real vibe. It's not this forced thing. It's not this thing where people are trying to be something for this recognition to say, look at me, look at me. This clout thing that people are chasing. And that's all that this is saying. That's all that this is saying when it's saying talent is a scam. Talent is a scam. All that is saying is that you don't have to put no time. You don't have to put no time in anything. You don't have to learn a craft from scratch. No, just skip all the steps and just skip all the little things to learn, or taking the time to learn what reverb and chorus and quantization and filters, envelopes, LFOs, attack, decay, sustain. Nah, just skip all that. You can go on this website and talent's a scam. You don't need that. You don't need talent. No, you don't need that today. Just go on this website and you can get 20 million loops that you can just click and drag over and you'll be an artist. You'll be there. Or you can just get these drum rhythms or these piano melodies that some guy made that's I don't know, saying it's for free or charging you something, and it's just it literally makes me want to puke because it's just making everybody mediocre. It's making everybody like everybody else. And I'm not saying, when I say it's making everybody like everybody else, I don't mean like I like you so much. I mean it's making everybody just like everybody else. It's making everybody make the same music. It's making everybody make the same art. It's making everybody want to follow the mold of mediocrity instead of doing something that is unique, something that is different, taking the time to actually resonate on it and think about it for a while. Or when it comes spontaneously, just putting it down into your craft and not saying, oh, well, are they gonna like it? Are they gonna approve of it? Is it gonna be something that sounds like this artist or this musician? Or and it's always this thing, and it's what's going on today. It's what's going on. It's what's going on. And the more that we do this, the more it is going to be a molding of kind of an insectification of art and music and making content and something creative. This is not creativity. What most of these people are putting out on YouTube and Instagram, whatever, it is not creativity. It's fake. It's phony. It's trying to put up something or trying to sound like something to say, look at me, give me views. Don't I fit into the popular thing? Give me more views. Give me more likes. I'm like everybody else, so they're going to like me. They're going to look at me and like me. And it's just making everybody mediocre. It's making everybody just because you were programmed to eat, you're a zombie and you've been programmed to eat brains, that doesn't mean that you have to keep eating brains. It doesn't mean you have to keep doing what everyone else is doing. So, I don't know. I don't even know where to... I talked about this before, and I will probably talk about it again because that's just how I am. I can't be what I'm not for another person or the crowd or what's popular or what's on the mainstream or what. I could never do that as a person because I know that it really wouldn't be me putting myself into a craft or my videos or whatever that I'm doing. And this is what I mean when I talk about this false self persona that a lot of us put on out here. You know, it's not really us. It's not really our true selves doing this. But see, the thing is, what I want to get across here is, in this day and age, it's like a lot of people, you would have to literally either force yourself or say, I'm not starting off that way. I'm starting from scratch. You see, I'm doing it my way, uniquely, genuinely. You see what I'm saying? Back in the day, there wasn't these phones. There wasn't this, like you could just go on the internet and drag and drop like loops and drum rhythms and whole choirs, like whole melodies. You can just put something together. And I know that there's people that do this. Listen, I don't care if people do it. I'm just saying, when you're doing that and you're calling it your own thing, like I made this, not really. You really didn't make it. You know, it's like some guy said, you don't make beats, you take beats. And why I'm saying this is because I don't want to say I'm trying to, I'm letting you know what I did back in the day. I didn't have an option. I started off everything that I did from complete scratch. I went right to, how are they making this? Where are these sounds coming from? How can I get this myself? And in 2000 or 2001, I bought my first drum machine, and I didn't even read the directions, because that's how interested I was to find it out for myself. It was exciting. It was exhilarating. It was a time that if I could go back to again, I would. I would go back to it. If I had a time machine, but I wouldn't buy a drum machine. I would buy like a synthesizer workstation. I would buy an MPC 2000 XL or MPC 2000 and rock out on that. It would have been completely different if I would have had one of those. I don't even know if I would have got into drugs and stuff, because I would have been on that thing just all day, every day. Nothing would have stopped me. The only thing that would have stopped me is if I would have accidentally killed myself or got killed or whatever. I wouldn't have stopped. But why I'm telling you this is because I found out what reverb and chorus and quantize and sequencing, filters, pitch, envelope, sound effects. Like, I learned the whole thing for myself from the ground up. And this is what most of people today are not doing. They're not learning the bare basics of these things. They don't even know the bare basics. But yet they want to be a Picasso, or they want to be a Mozart, or they want to be a Dr. Dre, or they want to be someone that is, I don't know, someone that we call famous, or we call, someone that does have talent. Yes, these people have talent because they started from scratch. They started doing the thing they did because that was what they did. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you are a follower, you're never going to be, and when I say follower, I'm talking about you don't make it your own. You're not even starting from the basics of something to understand what it can be for you if you do it. And I know this. I've been making music for 22 years. I've been messing with drum machines. I've been back and forth with it, but I've been beatboxing. I always have music in my mind. And the stuff that you hear now, that ain't even nothing that I have in my arsenal. I have tons and tons of music. I just haven't been putting it out because I'm not ready to do it yet. You see, I don't want to put out something that I myself would not want to put out for myself. So that's why I just put out these little things messing around. These are just me messing around. These are just me finger drumming and doing a pattern and just, mixing it up a little bit and messing around with it. It ain't nothing serious. Because if I get on my craft, it's because I have studied this. I have learned the basics of everything. I forced myself to do that. And this generation we're in, everything is just handed right to them. And they fall for it. This is why they don't know what true creativity is, to be a unique artist or musician. That's why everybody says the music sucks today. Everybody's saying it because they themselves will not start from the bottom. They will not start with the ingredients. They want the whole recipe just right there that they can dump in the bowl, throw in the microwave, and say, here, it's warm. I made this. Here it is. Isn't it great? Give me praise. No, I'm not giving anybody praise that does anything like that, because you didn't do anything. You didn't put in any time. You didn't put in any kind of, and it doesn't even have anything to do with effort. It's either you want to do it or you don't want to do it. There is no way that we should be forcing art or music or anything for clout. If you're doing it for clout, you're fake. You're a fake person. You're a fake person looking for this social approval from everybody so that you can look like you're something. Like, oh, I'm something big because I put this together. I bought the package and heated it up and here it is. Voila. So I'm special. And this is why how I am, this is why I only resonate with the John Carpenters, the Ridley Scotts, the James Camerons, the Dr. Dre's, the Swiss Beats, the who else produces stuff from the very bottom and doesn't emulate or doesn't just take something from somebody. See, I can't give too many producers credit because they are either sampling artists or they take other elements from other creators. It's really not something that they made, and they don't realize what they're missing out on. This is why I'm telling everybody this out there. You don't realize what you're missing out on the days where you might be bored or hating life or something's not going well or you need a hobby to stay busy or distracted or to cope in life. You have no idea what you're missing out on. Because if I didn't have this stuff, I don't know. I really don't know. But see, I don't have a lot of the other things that people have. See, I have something that they might have, but they have something that I don't have. That whatever they do. So, but when I hear stuff like this, and it's not even mediocrity anymore. I don't even say it's mediocrity. It's just being trampled more and more and more. Creativity, I don't even see too much creativity nowadays, if I'm being honest. I don't even know what creativity really is today, if I'm being absolutely brutally honest with everyone on here. I don't really see it from too many people. I just see everybody trying to sound like someone famous or someone popular or someone that is already well known or whatever. Nobody starts something from the origins, the original person, the genuine person, the unique person, the earthly being that has been through some shit or is going through some shit or has been a drug addict or had family problems or was in the streets doing whatever they were doing or had something happen or some life experience or just something that you're throwing real elements in with cool and chill and just I don't know, just grooving, resonating, swinging, swing vibes. Throwing that on top of the recipe that you're cooking. And all I see is just heated up packages that are, people are just taking the package, heating it up, dumping it out on the plate and saying, look what I made. Look what I made. No, you didn't make that. You didn't make that. And when people, if anybody gets offended by this, it is, you're taking it the wrong way. You're not supposed to get offended by it. You're supposed to learn something from what I'm telling you because I know. Erase all of that. If you want to know what I know, because I'm being dead ass honest and serious with you, I don't have to be smiling or acting exciting. I just know for myself. This is something I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. I have no doubt in my mind. If you would stop doing, if you're someone that is just, you just go right to the thing because you're scared to make it your own, drop all of that and get yourself either a synthesizer workstation or a drum machine or a notepad that got blank pages. Get you some Sharpies or something. Start from nothing. Get the tools you need and just start doing it, and you gotta want to do it though. It's gotta be something you have to want to be a creative person, and you're not scared to put you into it. That's how you're going to discover your own lost treasure, so to speak. Do you understand what I'm saying? It isn't that the treasure is just handed to you. It took me 22 years to get to the point to where I have the things that I have, but I was making music I was making good beats back in like 2001. I had people even offer me money for on a $300 drum machine that had like Mario sounds, and like it just wasn't that great of a drum machine or a beat machine. It had drum sounds, and the synthesizer sounds were not good. But I even had people offering me money back then for my beats, but I was like, I'm not going to sell you this because I can't chop it up, or I can't put it into sequences because it was just a little drum machine. But I'm telling you, today we have, and this is another thing, we have way more than enough to be creative and to do something that is absolutely different here. There are so many things out here that you can experiment with and do something with. It's just unbelievable today. This is the reason why nothing's happening, because we have everything. We're too spoiled. It's too much stuff. You have got to go with the less is more approach. If you do not go with the less is more approach with this, then more than likely you're not going to understand what I mean. It is this thing where you say, okay, let me get one synthesizer, drum machine workstation, and start with that. Don't use anything else, and learn that thing inside and out, and you will not regret it. You will not regret it at all. And what I did for years, I started out with these small drum machines. I had like this small drum machine addiction. I just wanted small little compact drum machines that I could fit in a backpack. And I bought about 4 or 5 of those before I got into the synthesizer drum machine workstations. And then that's when it just completely changed. But in saying that, I wasn't getting into it as much as I was when I had less, because I had to force myself to be more creative. I had to force myself to know the basics and to make something of what I had. I had to force myself to take the snares and the kicks and the drums and the hi-hats and the congos and the whatever, the percussion, the synthesizer sounds, even if they were cheesy, I made something work with it. I made something happen that I didn't even expect to make happen, because I just did it. I said, I'm going to do this because this is what I want to do, and I'm going to make it happen, and it's going to happen. And it did. It did happen. But see, you're not hearing what I've heard before. You're not seeing what I did and my own experiences. I can't show you all them on a camera phone. But listen, trust me when I'm telling you, if you're someone that you would listen to someone like Kanye West or Dr. Dre or Swiss Beats, then listen to what I'm saying, because I am, the thing that they're on, the mindset that they have with the music, I might even be more than those guys, if I'm being honest. I might know more than they do. It's just I'm not known. I'm not a popular artist. I'm not somebody that has a million people that know me to know my music, and because I haven't been putting it out like that. But I know what I'm talking about here with music. But anyway, I didn't want to get into that. I didn't want to get into my own personal thing, but I have to describe it to you so that you can understand what I mean. Because if we just keep following this mold of everybody else is doing that thing, so I have to emulate that. I have to mimic that. I got to sound like that. That's not you. That's them. I don't care if people like someone. I don't care if people like me or like them or like each other. That's not my problem here. It is this trying to be something that you're not, trying to be like them when that's not you. You are you, and I am me, and only I can make what I make that's genuine to myself. When I hear a sound that I like, that's the sound I'm using. If I have 20 violins that sound different, I'm going to use the violin that I like, but yet it still goes well and complements the other sounds. You see what I'm saying? And having an ear for this. Over time, you will get an ear and an eye for these things. Like when you draw pictures and you just draw whatever you want to draw, you will start getting an eye for it. You will start getting in this free repetitious kind of thing. It ain't just repetition. It's like this freedom of repetition. It's very hard to explain. You will make it your own every time. And it ain't going to be, you're not going to think it's great every time because you know for yourself it isn't, because if you're a perfectionist like me, but I am a imperfect perfectionist, if that makes sense. I'm willing to have imperfections in my perfectionist mind, if that makes any sense at all. And in doing that, something starts to happen. You don't think of, I have to make something like this. I got to pick this certain sound. I have to sound like this. I have to try to emulate this. Well, I'm going for this approach. Nah, that doesn't happen anymore. It's not like that. It's like when the wind blows and you're outside. It just comes. It just comes. Like when you see a bug out of nowhere in your room, it just comes. It's like that. That's all I can say. It just comes to you. It just comes, and it's natural to you because it's you. It's you. Do you see what I'm saying? And if people would just listen to what I'm saying and you would take these words, I'm not going to say it's advice. If you would take these words for yourself and you would understand to start something from zero, get the tools necessary to do it. You see what I'm saying? If you're a creative person, get the tools necessary first and then start. Don't say, oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to get the whole package first and then throw it together and say it's mine. You see what I mean? If you're an artist, get blue, red, green, yellow. Get a whole bunch of different shades if you're going to draw pictures. If you're a musician, get a lot of different drum kits. Get a whole bunch of different synthesizers and basses and whatever. Get one workstation that you like the sound of and rock out with that. And if you want to use a DAW or record hardware, software, it doesn't matter. Start somewhere with it. You know, don't take the route that so many people take today. Don't take that route. I'm telling you, there's too many people doing this. There's way too many people doing this. Don't take that route. Take the route that nobody else takes and see what happens for you. I'm telling you, take the route that nobody takes. Start from scratch. I'm telling you, because you will start making your own thing. You can start making your own recipes. You can start making your own artwork, your own music, your own designs. Your own thoughts will come out of nowhere because you focus on that. You see what I mean? If the mind doesn't change, nothing's going to change. If the mindset doesn't change, it's not going to change. And see, a lot of people, they don't want to change their mindset. They don't want to give up on one thing and go to another thing because they were so easily led into this one thing to say, oh, yeah, whatever this guy said on here. What's this baloney he said? Oh, talent. Talent is a scam. Oh, talent, that's a scam. You know, you don't need talent. Just go online and, you know, get these melodies that I made and, you know, copy and paste them and, you know, go do this and you'll just be like everybody else. And it'll be, you know, we'll all just sing the same Kumbaya song forever, you know, over and over and over and over. We'll just throw some different sound effects. We'll throw a little bit of a little bit of different filters and envelopes, and then we'll call it a different name, put some different colors. See, and this is what's going on in Hollywood today with the movies. It's the same thing going on. They're coming out with a part 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they're going back to the prequels and what happened before, or what will happen 100 years from now. And it just never stops. They don't know how to let it die and give up and say, okay, this is done. Now let's start from scratch. Let's think that way and let's see what can happen. See, nobody's willing to do it though. So basically what I'm saying here is, are you willing to do it? And if you're not willing to do it, then this video is just going to be a video that's going to give you the thought, but it's just going to be a thought. And if it passes your mind, then it's more than likely you're never going to hear it again. You're not going to remember it, and you're never going to do it. So I just wasted 31 minutes and 7 seconds of my time then. But if you did get it and you're listening, then just take it into consideration is all I'm saying. All right? That's all I'm saying, is to take it into consideration. This whole thing, when people are saying these stupid things they're saying, all that they're saying to you is be mediocre. Don't think. Don't use your mind. Don't, everybody does it. Everybody does it. You know, oh, well, who does that? Well, who does that thing anymore? I do, because it's me. You see? I don't know. You're either going to understand what I'm saying, or it's going to go past your head. And either or, I don't care. I'm just letting people know how I see it. So with that, take care. Thanks for any support to the channel, and until next time.